morning, ladies and gentlemen. So, I came from city which name is Novosibko. I know it's very hard for you, Russian names. And this city is about 180 kilometers away from Chernobyl nuclear power plant. We have 3 nuclear power plants around our place. So it's in Chernobyl, another one is in Smolensk, it's about 400 kilometers, and the third one is in Kursk, it's about 400 kilometers. We always hear about 10 kilometers zone, 20 kilometers zone, 30 kilometers zone. But I live in a city which is in 180. So how it happened? As Peter told, I was 9 years old boy that time, and yeah, I remember it was just a short news on a TV, about half a minute, that something happened in Chernobyl. We didn't know anything. Before Chernobyl, we had just a normal life. We have a lot of forests, rivers, and our people in the Soviet Union were so poor. They had to go to forest to get mushrooms and berries, or to kill animals, to hunt or go for fishing. After that news, we continued to do that. Nobody told us that it's very dangerous, that we already got radiation, we got iodine, cesium, and so on. The first man who recognized the level of radiation was a friend of my father, and this friend of my father, Sergei, was a teacher at a school, and he had special equipment, Geiger counters. So one day, during a lesson with his students, he saw that Geiger counter shows a lot of radiation. It works wrong. He took another one, the same picture. Third one, the same picture. So he decided that something is wrong. Maybe it's about Chernobyl. He went to the authorities, and they told him not to tell anybody anything, so just to be silent. Only about 1 month later, we got information what to do. But the time was lost, because we got iodine in our thyroids, we got radiation, and yeah, it was a terrible situation. It was one day when we were taught not to drink milk, not to eat potatoes, not to do anything, not to go outside. So the full life was changed. Some people tried to get out of the city, but when you don't have money, when you are from the contaminated area, if you come to another city, then people are afraid of you. They don't want to shake your hand, or they don't want to just even to talk to you. We lost good specialists. They have found a job somewhere else. So, for example, teachers, engineers, doctors. But most of the people who tried to go out, they came back. And we got bad economical and social situation. We had 5 plants and a lot of farms in our region. And now there is only 1 plant still working, and about 10% of farms. The fields are empty, and people just lose their jobs. So what happened? People started to drink vodka. Children started to go just to the streets to drink beer, to smoke, and so on. So we got a bad economical and social situation. What I could tell more? the way how our government wanted to, what our government wanted to do. So we have 4 radiation zones. One is abandoned zone, so people are not allowed to live there. Another zone is zone of evacuation. So my city is in the zone of evacuation. There is a permanent control zone, and there is just a radioactive zone. Our government, Soviet government, wanted to move the whole city away from this place, but there was no money to do that. The only city was escaped is Pripyat. It's very close to Chernobyl. How many kilometers, Jan?
From the reactor, it's 7 kilometers.
Yeah, 7 kilometers. Only one city. We got some people from villages who were moved from villages to Novosibkov, to my city. And you know the way how authorities did it. It was the wrong way. They just cut electric lines, cut telephone lines, closed shops, hospitals, schools. So people just couldn't live in such situation. What can you do if you don't get electricity or medical help? You only can go away. Our government wanted to deactivate the ground. So what they did, they started to put away about 20 centimeters of ground. But you know, Russian people are very, very similar to South African. So if somebody says to Russian men to do something, then he's trying to find a way not to do that, or to do it the wrong way. For example, if a driver has a car full of radioactive ground and he has to go 10 kilometers away from the city, what he is doing? He goes out of the city, about 100 meters, puts the ground away, and comes back. Takes the oil, benzene, and saves money for himself. So the radioactive ground wasn't moved far away. It was moved to a forest, to the river near our city. So we didn't lose radiation. We didn't lose radiation level. Government started to pay some money. It's about 200 rands per month for one person, and about 20 rands for a child. That's almost nothing. It was a good money 25 years ago, but now they pay the same money, and that's, if you go to shop, you spend more. And now the situation is even worse because Russian government wants to forget about Chernobyl. For example, we had some specialists from Moscow 2 weeks ago. They wanted to measure the level of radiation. But you know, there is snow now in our city. It's about half meter. So what radiation they could measure? Radiation of the air? There is very small radiation in the air. The most of radiation is in the ground. Of course, they will come back to Moscow and tell people that, it's not so dangerous to live in Chernobyl area. We shouldn't pay people money and so on. 25 years passed. If we want to talk about health of people, you know, official statistics say that only several people died because of Chernobyl, because of radiation. If somebody dies because of cancer, because of radiation, then doctors should write in a paper that it's just because of something else. For example, my uncle was a hunter, and he was living in a small town, Zlinka, in a very highly contaminated area. So he had cancer in his stomach. He died 1 year ago, and doctors officially said that he died because he was old, but he was 55. Something is wrong, right? If we talk about cancer, thyroid cancer is a very big problem for our area. You know, iodine is dangerous for several days. But in our organization, we have an equipment to check thyroid. And we see that children who was born 5, 10, 15 years later after the Chernobyl disaster, they also get or have nodes in thyroid, or their thyroids are bigger than normal, and some children have cancer. Somebody could say it's impossible, but it is possible. So the situation, you see, is not so good. My father was a teacher 26 years ago, and he had students, and you know, Soviet Union was a very strong country, but people were so poor, especially in small villages. My father wanted to help them with his students, and he established an organization. But after 2 or 3 years, he recognized that there are more, that children need more help than old people, because old people, they live there, used to live, and they have their own ways. But children, when they live in the contaminated area, when they start to drink or to smoke, it's a bad situation. We tried to find partners, but nobody wanted to spend money, so the only organizations who wanted to help children from Chernobyl were organizations from different countries, from Germany, Sweden, Ireland, and so on. And our organization works for 25 years, and now we have several projects. For example, first one was a rehabilitation center for handicapped children with cerebral paralysis. It wasn't connected to Chernobyl, but at the first time. But now we see that there are more and more children having cerebral paralysis because of Chernobyl. Even if a child doesn't have contamination inside, his parents drink because of radiation, because they lose their jobs. And they get this disabled child. So it's a problem of our region. We started to work, and now we have one of the best rehabilitation centers in Russia. And people from, not only from our region, people also from the ex-Soviet Union come to us. We work with about 400 children in a year. Another project is a school for mentally handicapped children. Of course, there are special schools in our region for such children, but authorities divide children to those who can go to schools and to those who cannot go because they can't learn anything. So we work with the second part, with children who can't learn anything, and you know, they they can learn something, for example, how to prepare meals or how to wash dishes or how to go for shopping. That works. Another project is a summer camp for children. It's about 80 kilometers away from my city, but it's in non-contaminated area, and it's a very important program because children have to go out of contaminated area at least once a year. We had a law in Russia that said that every child has a right to go for vacations to a summer camp twice a year. But now this law is changed, and children can go to summer camps only if their parents buy a ticket. So we decided to make a summer camp, and we started to work together with local government. So local government, in Bryansk region, it pays money for children who are coming to our camp. And we made a very good program. So we took the best programs from the Soviet Union, Soviet camps, and from American camps, and so on. And now we are one of the best in Russia. Another program is, I told you, we check thyroid, we screen thyroid. And it's very important because we got very good equipment for a company in Germany, the best one in our city. So when people come to hospital, doctors say, okay, I'm not sure, please go to the organization Radimichi for the children of Chernobyl. And yeah, we already screened since 7 years about more than 10,000 people. It's very important for our region. The next project is we established a club for children, a place where they can come and they can drink tea, play together, stay together. And we have about 100 volunteers coming to us. Some of them come to us every day, some of them work in a summer camp, and they help us to organize activities for such children who are coming to our organization. It's very important because in this case, children do not stay on the streets, and we get better situation. And we show children that there is another way of life. There is a way to make our city better, and we also have a Chernobyl museum, a place where children can come and hear about radiation. And we tell children what is safe and what is dangerous in our life. That's a very important work for our region. And our organization became a partner of the United Nations Development Program. We have partners in several countries, for example, in Germany, in Switzerland, and now we got new partners here in South Africa. I think, you see, we do the different job. We don't fight against nuclear power, but we are against it because we are, I could say, victims. Yeah, and since 25 years, we worked with more than 15,000 children, and I think those children are also against nuclear power. So it's also a kind of work. I could say we go the same direction, but a different way as you. I hope my information will help you to fight against nuclear power plants, or maybe to make them safer than they are now. And I hope that you'll be successful. And I wish you good luck. Thank you.